Amazon delivery service partners are hiring full-time delivery drivers to meet growing customer demand. Receive compensation of at least $20 per hour at select stations, plus benefits, and a sign-on bonus of $1,000 from participating DSPs if you apply now. No delivery experience required. Must be 21 years or older. Terms apply. Apply today at amazon.com/driver. That's amazon.com/driver.
Hey, what's going on? It's Chris Donovan here. This is 10 Square. This is where I review restaurants and products and movies, all in a format of 10 questions in 10 minutes or less. This week, we're going to be talking all about that new show on Disney Plus called The Mandalorian. The show I watched this week was The Mandalorian. It's the brand new Star Wars series brought to you by Disney on their new streaming service, Disney Plus, which you can get now for like $6.99 a month, or you can like package it with Hulu Plus and ESPN Plus. And I think you get that for like $13 a month. The plot of the TV show is very vague right now because we don't know a whole lot. But what I can tell you, and spoilers by the way, is that the plot is just that there's this bounty hunter that's a Mandalorian, and we see him get one of his bounties. He then goes and gets payments, gets another bounty, and then goes and tries to accomplish that one. Along the way, before he tries to accomplish this last bounty, he gets a piece of metal that was from the Empire melted down and another piece of armor. So it's got to be this really, really, really like precious metal that they have for that armor. And I can't remember what they called it, but one of the guys even asked the head actor, Pedro Pascal, which we don't know his name. They don't even have a name for him. He just said he's the best and he's the Mandalorian. Is it that kind of steel armor? And he said he did. I don't know if he answered him at that point. The acting was great. I am a fan of droids when it comes to Star Wars, and there are no lack of droids. I'm not saying they overdo it by any means, but there is a droid introduced. He's one of the IG units. He's one of the bounty hunters that's a robot, and I'm trying to find the unit that I have here in my house. It's an IG-88 is what I have. He was basically brought there to also be a bounty hunter to try to do the same thing that the Mandalorian is doing, except he's a robot, and he is like badass, honestly. He goes and kicks some butt. So the acting was pretty good. Oh, Apollo Creed's in it, so that's kind of cool. The beginning of the movie was really good, actually. It starts almost like Star Wars A New Hope when they go to the cantina on Tatooine. It's a similar type scene. And then there's this door that opens up. It's almost like a camera shutter, and it cuts a guy in half. And that was really cool. The end of the TV show. Now, again, I told you there was going to be spoilers about this, which I told you earlier, but they find out that their last bounty is a 55-year-old baby, Yoda, for lack of better words, because we don't know what species they are. So I'm super excited to find out. So the ending was amazing, and I'm so excited to watch more. My favorite part of the show would have had to have been probably the scene where they're fighting in the courtyard before the very end, when they find out that the baby Yoda's in a crib, is when the robot and the Mandalorian are fighting together. And they're shooting, but the robot goes out there, very strategic, very like matter of fact, because it's a robot and it does exact movements. It never really makes any movements that it doesn't need to. But the Mandalorian goes out there and he's like human-ish or whatever they are. They're Mandalorian. And so it's really cool to see those two fight together. It was kind of fun. And it did bring the Mandalorian around a little bit to like droids. So that was kind of cool. My favorite actor in this episode alone, there were two of my favorite actors. First, I would say two. The very first bounty that he catches, the blue dude that's going to, I don't know if he uses this word, but extrapolate or exhaust or exhume all of his orifices. It's kind of nasty. So with that being said, he was really funny. I thought he caught my eye at the very beginning. I thought he might have gone a little farther. And then, of course, the IG unit that was fighting with him on that planet trying to find the baby Yoda. He was badass. He was really one of the coolest things. And watching it with my wife, Evelyn, at Evelyn Irivez across platforms, she goes, man, that robot's got skills. And I didn't say anything. I just let her watch. So I love you, babe. Would I buy this? Yes, I would buy this, and I am currently paying for this as we speak because it is a monthly subscription to Disney+. But I know myself and my children will get plenty of use out of this service. I definitely recommend this. You should go and get Disney Plus and watch it. If you're a Star Wars fan, watch it. If you're not a Star Wars fan and you like science fiction, watch it. If you're not a Star Wars fan and you don't like science fiction, go play in traffic. On a scale from 1 to 10, this TV show being the very first of the series, The Mandalorian, which you can find on Disney Plus, I'm going to give this one very strong 8.5 out of the gate. There's a lot of questions that need to be answered, but I'm waiting and I'll sit here until they answer them. All right, guys, that's the end of the show. Thank you all for listening. Make sure you go to thisisfunner.com to find out all my other podcasts and all the other projects we're working on. And find me on Twitter, Chris_Donovan. Catch you later. This is funner.
Lucky Land Casino, asking people, what's the weirdest place you've gotten lucky?
Lucky? In line at the deli, I guess?
Aha, in my dentist's office. More than once, actually.
Do I have to say?
Yes, you do.
In the car before my kids' PTA meeting.
Really?
Yes.
Excuse me, what's the weirdest place you've gotten lucky?
I never win and tell.
Well, there you have it. You can get lucky anywhere, playing at LuckyLandSlots.com. Play for free right now. Are you feeling lucky? No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.